Welcome to Pull the Pin Ready, a place where average veterans come to share their opinions about the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions.
But we guarantee we're going to give them.
Yes.
We'll, we'll get it down.
I didn't know whose turn it was.
You go the next time. You go this time for the rest of it.
Well, either way, you're going to get them anyway. So it doesn't matter what they say or what they don't say, or they say it in synchrony. Maybe if you guys work on the same thing, you can say it in sync.
Yep.
Yeah.
In sync?
In sync.
Are we putting together a boy band?
I don't know, man. You're off to a good start because you're talking into two mics right now. I'll give you a third, and we got a trio band here. Shout out though to Johnny, Christine, appreciate you, and all the other subscribers. We probably just got 100 million of them, right? Because the last episode.
Yeah, last two.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think 100 million is probably.
Just FYI, I do have more than just blue shirts.
Yeah, well, that's your uniform, like mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just because you're a raging Democrat.
No.
It was party issued, right?
It's University of Michigan because I am a huge fan.
That's what it is, right? So you're all wondering, I know.
Georgia. Like, how do you become a Michigan fan in Georgia?
Oh man, I got family up in Michigan.
Disgusting.
I got my brother and sister both went to Michigan State, which I don't hold against them. My dad lives in Michigan. My mom lived in Michigan. I mean, I love Michigan.
Okay.
Hail to the victors. Except for this year so far.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think if we want to bring in sports or not, but I don't think we can really talk much.
No.
Because,
Panthers.
Yeah, somebody in here is a Carolina fan and somebody else is a Giants fan. So I don't think any of us really have anything to say about sports right now.
No, when it comes to pro, I'm a Falcons fan, so I'm out of it too.
Oh, boy. So anyway, what are we going to talk about then if we don't want to talk about how bad the Panthers are? What do you want to talk about? Let me see. I got something you might want to talk about. 1 million offered to hold LGBTQ parade at Gaza. Oh, wait, that's not the right headline. Hold on. Let me get back to that. I thought that one was for you.
Is that real?
That is real.
Oh, my God.
That is real. But I thought you would appreciate that one because I don't know if he'd be interested. But this is actually what we want to talk about.
I think Jim's offered to take you to Gaza.
I'll take it, bro.
Business trip, bitches.
Yes. How long do you think that parade will last?
Yeah, 37 seconds.
You'd be lucky because I don't know if they get off the plane.
Right.
Anyways, this is what we want to talk about here. Israel has a long history of pulling off complex attacks like the exploding pagers.
I'm amazed if they did. If that's actually what Israel did, and good for them. I mean, that's an awesome attack because I mean that is absolutely a complex attack. How do you get them to buy your pager?
Well, I think they intercepted packages that were already bought. Like they intercepted them somehow. I don't know how. They're obviously got a well-organized scheme, but they somehow intercepted these and they rigged those and then sent them on with the rest of them.
Just real quick, for all you young kids out there, a pager is a device.
Okay, thank you. I was going to say, who the fuck is still using pagers? Because
well, that's what they said.
1992 called,
right?
And they want their lingo back.
Do you know that's what started it all? Because Israel was tracking their cell phones. So Hezbollah said, "Oh, we're going to beat these guys. Now we're going to go get pagers." Unfortunately, they had to order them from somewhere overseas because they don't make them there, and they got intercepted.
Lost that one, didn't they? Oh my God! That's. I'll be honest with you, man. That's punk rock. If they did that, that's freaking awesome. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's probably one of the best attacks you could have done.
Did you see that at the funeral? They also did it to handheld radios.
Did they really? No, I didn't.
There was a second set that went off at a funeral at the Hamas funerals.
That's pretty punk rock, and I mean, just coming from a strategical point of view, not so much that I'm for Israel or for Hamas, for Israel, but the reality is that that's just strategically an awesome freaking plan. I mean, damn, that's how you get them, right? I mean, if they're going to switch to a different device, you can intercept the device and just blow them all up. Hey, I win. I'm over.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that our money was well spent.
Yes, right.
That's what I'm glad. And I don't know why we don't have all that technology, because you do know that Israel has that phone hacking software that involves nothing. They can just send it to your phone and your malware is on your phone.
Oh, I believe that. I mean,
they do. It's already been a thing. What is it called? Poseidon? What was it called?
Pornhub. It's called Pornhub.
Well, that's our version of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, these guys have been doing it. Israel, they spend our money well.
Yeah, well, how?
I
You know,
mean,
I'm sure we're probably giving it to Hamas too, under the table somewhere.
This is where you're supposed to stump in, Hugh, and carry us for a minute.
Yeah,
oh yeah. Well,
we're giving it to Hamas, but
okay.
giving it
Well,
to,
I mean,
to
okay.
Iran.
So historically, I mean, the Israelis have been some vindictive people anyway. I mean, look at what happened to those. When was that? In the I think it was in one of the Olympic Games in the 70s or something. You know, all those Israeli athletes were killed. Go Google that and find out what happened to all those people in the following years that had anything to do with that plot after. The Israelis tracked down who did it. They were dropping bodies all over the world.
Good. I mean, you know what? I wish America was more like that. You fuck with us, we're going to fuck with you back. You know, I mean, that's just the reality. Excuse my French, but the reality is that,
I don't think that word's French, but yeah.
yeah, well, you know, but I mean, the reality is that you can't mess with a country. You can't first you're killing people in this country for what? They were peaceful. They were at peace with frickin' Hamas. They actually gave them the Gaza Strip to run, and they turned on them. You know,
Right, and they built them water things, and they took them out and made
Well, they
missiles out
didn't.
of
They,
them.
they didn't give them Gaza. Gaza was given to them originally as part of the
Peace treaty.
plan that put all that put together. I mean, when Israel was created after the First World War, they had small parts of that area. Like Israel wasn't even a connected country; like it was in pieces.
Mhm.
But I mean, Israel has never been an aggressor in a war ever.
Nope.
Every single time they've gone to war, it's because someone else has, um, been the instigator. They got their ass kicked, and Israel just got a little bigger every time. If people would just leave them the fuck alone, then Israel would stay one size.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, did you see here? I put it up for you. Petro reveals that the Colombia police bought Pegasus spyware from the Israel company in 2021. That's what it is, Pegasus. That's that spyware where they just send it to your phone and it's on your phone.
So it's not that you have to accept it.
Nope, you don't have to
Oh, okay,
accept
yeah.
it. You don't have to click anything. You don't anything. It gets on your phone
Wow.
and it has access.
That's crazy.
So it's got to be some backdoor thing from the satellite, the waves.
Well, that's all
power.
they're going to get from your phone, right, Jim?
Backdoors?
Just a bunch of backdoor stuff.
Yeah, and I hope that
When they
doesn't
start
ruin.
looking at your browser history.
I hope that doesn't ruin our relationship.
Yeah. That's pretty punk. I mean, I give Israel credit, man. I mean, that's everything they're doing right now. If that Pegasus and everything, if it's really a malware that doesn't involve a human intervention to load it on your device, that's just as punk rock as the freaking pagers, man. I mean, that's
And that's one more reason not to be enemies with Israel.
stay that ally, right?
Right.
Yeah, quit giving them ultimatums. Jesus, why
Yeah.
would we give them all? I mean, they're one of our best allies out there. Why would we even give them ultimatums instead of support them? You know, granted, we're over there. We're stopping attacks on the merchant ships and things like that. But really, I mean, at this point, we should have, they should be riding around in Humvees, and not necessarily our troops over there, but we should be supplying them the same way we're supplying freaking, Ukraine.
Right.
Well, the reason why we don't supply Israel is because
They don't need
Israel can. Yeah, they don't need it. They're
Right.
capable of winning their own war.
True.
Right. All this money is going to
We've given them a
Ukraine
lot of
because Ukraine is fucking inept and couldn't do it.
But I think
Without.
Israel's the country we've given the most money to in the history of the U.S. That's how they got all this technology. Well, you go ahead and
Yeah.
keep talking about it if you want. I'll find out for you.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I mean, you make that
look,
you make that an
I'm
offensive
about to
Ukraine.
call my ABC fact checkers and see what they have to say about that.
And you take that into what we've given Ukraine the last freaking 4 years. I don't know if that'd be true.
Yeah,
anymore,
right. That's why.
Well,
that's why I'm
as
saying
I say,
don't-
maybe that
I would
changed.
question that number.
Yeah, maybe that's changed now, but yeah. So according to this, which it's U.S. news. Well, I don't know who owns that, right?
Disney.
Does Disney own that?
No, I don't know. They own everything.
Ukraine is now number one with 12.4 billion,
Yeah.
but it used to be Israel at 3.3 billion. But that might be
That's
yearly.
got to be an annualized number. That's not.
Yeah, that's got to be
not a
yearly.
Total
Yeah.
historical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do some digging and come back with some facts.
That's what's up.
Yeah, why don't you dig? Because that's probably what you're good for. Do that in between your twerking sessions.
But
But we even give money. It says the least countries we give the least to. Do you know what the one is? The country we give the least to?
Canada.
North Korea.
Oh, no kidding.
We give them $264. I don't know what we're paying for. The
I don't
WA,
know.
or the WD-40 for the door in between those two.
We had to buy a meal for that
No,
fat,
that's
fat dictator
that,
they got.
that's repairs to Dennis Rodman's hotel room.
Right. I was
You're
good.
probably right for that weekend getaway. Do you
That
know
was
what
good.
number 3 is? Ethiopia.
Why give it to the
2.2
people that need it
billion.
the most, right?
Well, hey, you know why we give them the third least? Because you can feed their children for just 15 cents a day.
No. That's the third highest, dude. That's the third
Oh.
highest.
Oh, that
Oh.
makes sense. Okay, good.
So we're
I thought you
feeding a
said the
lot of
least.
Ethiopians
Oh,
I mean, at least we're doing
then why are they still in
humanitarian
the
work.
commercials?
because they still need money, I
Sally
guess.
Struthers, you fucking liar.
That's because we're giving it to the government. So there's
Well-
like 10 people over there that are getting all these billions from us. So
So
Yeah.
let's be real. Let's be real. You know you're into the conspiracy theories, Ryan, stuff, right? Of course you are. But anyway, so there's people
do
on
we
the
all
other
wait,
side.
wait. Do we all just get a category you make up for us, or how's that work?
Yes. You're my guest, right?
Okay, gotcha.
No, I just, anyways, I'm more conspiracy
That's
theorist
why
than you.
he's the center screen.
Yeah, exactly right.
Look, these are my opinions, so they're fact.
Yes.
So what I was saying though is, if you look at this list, Ukraine, Israel, Ethiopia, Afghanistan, Yemen, those are the top 5. Now think about this.
What are we giving money to Yemen for?
Think about this. Is any of that money really going to Yemen, or are they all laundering our money? The only one on there that I would bet you gets that money is Israel. But then
We're-
you think about the argument from the other side about the people from Israel living in America who are actually running our country but loyal to Israel.
Weren't
So
there
think about it.
multiple 9/11 terrorists that were Yemeni in origin?
Yes.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
Yes.
okay, so I'm just curious. I mean, not that I'm saying that every Yemeni person is
Correct. We
you know,
understand.
is a
We're not
jihadist,
racist.
but,
We're not
I mean,
racist,
I'm just
sexist,
saying,
misogynists.
what-
We're veterans.
why of all the countries in the world, what makes Yemen so deserving of American tax dollars?
And it's
Like, what are they?
1.38 billion. Over
I mean-
$1 billion.
Okay,
There's
so-
obviously
so-
a reason behind it, though. I mean,
So
there's,
think about it. If you took that $1.83 billion that we're given to Yemen every year, right? There's what, 420 million Americans? So if you took that $1.38 billion
Don't
and
do that
divided
bad
it,
math and say everybody gets $1 million.
No. But I'm just saying, I mean, why? Why the fuck are we giving them this money?
That's my
For what?
point. And that's the argument for this
There's-
immigration stuff. All the money we're sending to these countries to help pay for the poor people and all that stuff, we need to stop paying them. If they're going to send their immigrants over here, their people over here, then
They're
we need to
huddled
stop paying them.
masses.
Yes. They're cat and dog eaters.
there's obvious reasons why we're doing it for Yemen. I mean, not that I know them, but I mean, there's going to be
Dude,
some
they're
behind the
all
scenes
money
reasons. But
laundering.
it's the
It's
same
all money
concept as
laundering.
well. It's the same concept as we give money to Iran. For what reason?
It's all money
Iran's our
laundering.
enemy.
Dude.
Why are we giving them billions of dollars? Why are we giving money to Ukraine in the first place? Because they're fighting. Because it's our war. They're fighting. Technically, it's the Democrats' war. It's actually Biden's war against Russia. That's
I
how
mean,
he funds it. By putting Ukraine on the front lines.
I don't feel like Ukraine is a fair war anyway.
It wasn't. And it'd have been over years ago if it wasn't for us.
No. I mean, I don't necessarily think Putin's the bad guy in
I
this
don't
fight.
either.
I think he is a bad guy, but I don't think he's the bad guy in this fight.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Specifically,
agree.
I mean, because the Ukraine was a Russian territory once upon a time.
And there's Russian supporters living in Ukraine.
Yeah.
No, wait a
So,
second. I thought
mean,
Ukraine was a Soviet Union territory, not a Russian territory.
What is the R in USSR?
Russia?
Okay, thank you.
But
Anyways,
okay.
my
hold on,
point
because
is
the Soviet Union
is
is no
that-
different than NATO is for us. You know, I mean, it's the same concept.
Well, I mean, did you have tens of dozens of countries giving money to to Jefferson Davis when Abraham Lincoln was trying to bring him back into the fold?
But it's no different than us having
What's the
50
difference?
states. It's no different than Europe having a collection of countries. So it's the same thing. Russia was still, it was all still part of one group of people that kind of agreed with each other.
I'm not saying that they're all Slavic. They're all in that same mindset. Granted, and they were all part of the Soviet Union. I don't necessarily think that Putin had a right to go in there and take it, but I don't think it was necessarily our war to get in the middle of. Does that make sense? I don't
Well,
think.
yeah,
Putin's-
exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
see, I look at it two different ways with the Ukraine. Number one, it was us that reneged on the NATO deal. It was us that all Putin said is don't bring your NATO stuff, your stuff to my borders. And we said, okay. And then when they did it to Cuba, we said, oh, hell no, you ain't doing that.
Right.
But then now we're putting NATO on his border and he's pissed off. And we reneged on that. We did that. So
Yeah.
what would you expect them to do? What would we do? We showed you what we
But
do.
to Ryan's point, that was a deal that we made with the USSR. We didn't make that with Russia.
You think so?
Well, I mean, I'm parroting his point.
He's mimicking me.
But even at that part, Russia was the border they were talking about.
Yeah.
It's not Ukraine, because Ukraine is now trying to get in NATO. So they're still creeping in on Russia, and he's like, hell no, you're not putting that stuff that close to my border.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And the second thing,
and I'm saying, I mean, do I think it maybe could have been done a little bit better? But oh, well, yeah, obviously. I don't think war's ever a good idea, but I don't think he's necessarily wrong in his standpoint.
right?
That's all I'm saying.
I don't disagree with you either. I mean, I don't. I think it's technically Ukraine's decision to go back into it, and maybe there's a pelling case for it that Russia could have made. But I do believe that pushing NATO up to that border like that, I would go to. I do the same extremes. You know, I can't argue with why he did it, and I don't think it's our. You know, I don't think we should be the only one backing it. If that makes sense. I get it.
No,
Other countries are, but we're the primary backer of Ukraine.
But you know why we have to, though, Ryan? We have to back it because we're the ones that invested and put all our crap in there. You remember when that lady in front of Congress talked about the what were those places with the whole virus thing? You know what I'm talking about. Why can't I think of the name of it? There's a whole place in there. She was worried Russia was getting a hold of because we were doing gain of function in Ukraine. She was worried Russia would get a hold of those things. And now we're finding out more and more as they're taking over stuff. All this stuff that, remember the corruption that went on that Trump was supposed to be colluding to get information on? All that stuff is in Ukraine. So Russia takes that stuff. You know how much they got on the U.S.?
Oh, yeah.
Because Ukraine, we might as well just call it the international laundromat of Ukraine. Because that's all it is a money laundering place. Not only just money laundering, but information laundering, everything. Everything is being, it's prime for corruption.
Wait, I thought you just said we were cleaning everything in there. So which is it dirty or is it clean? I'm
No,
confused.
we're cleaning dirty money. We're taking dirty money and bringing it back and say, oh yeah, look, they're buying our missiles. With what? With the money we stole from the taxpayers.
Right. No, that's true. I mean, they're pushing it back into our economy through that process, I guess. But we're not. Well, that's not true either, though, because we're not just giving them money; we're giving the arsenal too. We're sending over the stingers. We're sending over, yeah. So they're not necessarily buying it back from us. We're giving them money. They're giving the arsenal.
They're probably paying us to build them, and then we give it to them. But at some point, the only people that are making money are the people that own the defense systems.
Yeah, well, that's true. They're going to be making money, sure. Yeah, and I mean, maybe they made a deal. They gave them the money, and they got to buy all the stuff from the Taliban.
Yeah, right. You've seen that parade they had, right?
Who, the Taliban?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably in all of our vehicles, right?
They did. They had the
rainbow
parade.
flags.
Yeah, right.
They fly a couple of our choppers over.
Not that parade, man. I think that parade would have been.
That's right. That was the one in Gaza. My bad.
Yeah, that would definitely be more fun.
Yeah.
But that's no surprise.
Yeah, it's sickening, man. It makes me sick to my stomach. Well, I don't know how we wound up. I do know. I think I altered it, but to Ukraine from Israel. But as far as what bothers me, I think the most about the whole Israel thing is watching U.S. friggin' campuses across the nation get friggin' bombarded with these people marching and everything else to support Hamas. That is the most disturbing thing in the world.
I just don't get it. I think that's a good thing again, because not only do we need to get rid of the illegals, we need to get rid of the legals who hate this country.
The legals are idiots. Send it to Hamas, see what happens, because they would come back with just a body, no head.
Well, I mean, think about this.
I
You
mean,
guys are.
you remember that headline a few years ago when those people, those two students, went backpacking in Afghanistan to go find the Taliban, and they got beheaded on the fucking internet. I
Yeah.
mean,
Mhm.
I
you
still
know,
remember Nick Berg. He was
hey,
the
look,
first
you know,
one.
if you guys really want to support Hamas so much, you know what? Look, we'll send out a fucking clipboard, and everybody who wants to can sign up, and you can go help them all you want
You
to.
damn
See
right.
That's
how well
good.
that works out for you.
That's good taxpayer dollars right there.
Well,
Hell
And you
yeah,
can decrease the population like they want to. I mean, there's so many
Ebenezer
benefits to
Scrooge.
this.
anybody who's ever been deployed to the Middle East knows that these kids here are living in Disneyland compared to freaking real world. You know? Yeah,
Right.
me too. You know, and coming back from there, I felt so awkward coming back to the U.S. I felt like I didn't fit in anywhere because this was not my real world. I'd
Right.
just, spending shitting in a bucket and everything else out there, being shot at all the time. But, it's the reality is that these kids today have no clue if they went over there and lived like that. They would never make it. They wouldn't understand it. They would be so foreign to them, they wouldn't be able to make the first day of it. Little on would Hamas accept them. Hamas would kill them all. That's
They
just
don't.
what they do.
Yeah, they don't understand. Just like the whole Haitian and the cat eating voodoo witchcraft stuff, they don't understand it. These people outside of America have a different way of life.
Yes.
And I think that's the problem. We have so many people in this country who have been so entitled for all their damn lives. They didn't know struggle. They don't know any kind of controversy other than the ones we create ourselves. And they don't know what other people in the world actually do.
Nope.
Like, and that's the saddest part of all of it. And they're the ones trying to tell you like they know. That's why I feel like this whole show is a good show because it gives perspective from people who actually been other places that these clowns that get on the YouTubes and all that and talk about things they don't know nothing about.
No, not a bit.
I think this is the only country I've ever been to where you can be homeless and go to a free public library and get a complete education if you wanted to.
Yeah. Or even in jail and get that same education.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With
Like-
paperwork to go with it.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know what this whole society is complaining about. And like the gay stuff we talked about, yeah, okay, maybe it's frowned upon, maybe people make fun of you, but people make fun of people for all kinds of things. I mean, look at you. Look at you. Look at you. People probably made fun of him for all kinds of stuff. Not just because he's gay, but everything. So just man up. Stop being such a I'm sorry, man.
It's
I don't
hard
know
to
why
say
you
man
became
up
the
because
target.
they don't understand it. They have no clue of what the reality is. I mean, they're living on these college campuses, protesting and everything else, burning flags. When reality is, go there. There's no college campus. Have fun.
Well, you
There's no
ask
place
you
for you
ask
to-
those people, they don't even know why they're protesting. Most of them,
Not a clue.
they
Not
just
a
want to be
clue.
part of something
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yep.
because they have no significance in this world. We've made things so easy for these kids. We've gave them computers to carry around everywhere. We give them constant content fed to them like we're doing right now, so that they can watch all day. Yeah, we are. But we've given them all this stuff, and they have no struggles. They need for nothing.
That's right.
Even though they think they do, they need for nothing.
Yep.
So they have to make some big controversy so they can give themselves purpose in their life. Feminism, sexism, masculine, whatever, toxic masculine, all this crap. They just need some controversy so they have some purpose to fight for.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, it is going even. You made a comment. I don't remember if it was last episode we were on or which one, but you were talking about how Hitler and they had the enemy. They made the enemy into the Jewish, the Jews and all that being less than and everything like that. Oh, thank you, Annie. But,
Untermenschen.
But that's what America's doing, and they're doing it to us. They're turning the white males into the enemy.
Right.
We're all racist. We're all hate. We're all full of hate. And now, companies like Microsoft are trying to diversify. We'll hire white males, things like that. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Rather than having the most qualified person for a job, we're basing it off skin color. We're basing it off everything else that doesn't matter.
And
The
they
reality
act
is-
like this is a big problem because they've never been anywhere.
Right. They think
Go
we're still.
to other countries.
They think we're still. They think we're all racist because we're white. There's no. I mean, what can I do in this country that anybody else can't do? Is there a law in the books that says I can do something that you can't do? I had no
Right.
advantage in life. I grew up poor. I made my way in this world.
But it's about power.
It is
Because
about
white
power.
people are in power or something. But if you go to a country like Africa where there's a lot of black people in power, are they now the racists? Like, I don't get it.
Right.
When they're killing the white people in South America, is that racist, or are we basing this all on American standards? Because that's what we like to do.
Right.
That's what these liberals like to do. That's what all these people like to do. They like to apply their standards, especially their godless standards, so their personal standards, to everybody.
Yeah.
They are applying all of their standards to you. They're applying American standards to all the people and the controversies. You know what? If the Arab people want to treat their women like crap and the women don't care, so be it. If
You know,
those women now were defenseless and saying, help us, I get it.
Yeah.
But stop putting your damn nose in your business and other people's problems. They don't care, then why do we?
If you really want to go out and protest something that means something in this world, quit looking back 250 years to the American history that doesn't exist anymore, and look out there in the real world where there still is fucking slavery. Excuse my French, but it
Right.
still exists in this world, all over this world.
Sure.
And you can go fight it and protest it all day long, and I would support you on that protest. But when you're protesting against Israel for Hamas, you just don't know the real world. Your head's up your ass so far you can't even see it.
If you really had a cause here, you know what I mean, even for slavery or reparations or racism, I'd support that too. But you're not going to convince me George Floyd was racism. You're
No.
not going to convince me. The dude was a thug. He was committing crimes. I watched the full body cam video. We actually did an episode on it where he said he couldn't breathe when he got out of his own car. Like, do I think Chauvin was a dirtbag? Yes. And you know what you're going to get right now? You demonized all those policemen. So all the good cops who are not going to sit there and take a bullet for thankless ass Americans like you, not you guys,
No.
like the people talking like that, quit. They quit. So now you get the dirtbags.
You do.
Now you get the dirtbags, and then you got to hire dirtbags because nobody wants to be cops. And now all those things you said about the good cops are actually going to be true
Yeah.
because they're going to be bad cops. And you're going to get more crap.
Fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
Or you get San Francisco where the cops just don't do anything because
Yeah,
they
they're gonna
can't. Their hands are tied. The laws are on the books, and they can't do anything about it. Right?
They're state actors. That's all they're going to be.
That's it.
They're all going to be for the corrupt government that you just asked for. And all because of what? Because you don't want to take accountability for your own failures? Guess what? I have them too. I'm just as poor as this guy next to me. Well, not this guy. This guy. I'm as poor as this guy.
Yeah, I'm poor.
This guy's rich, man.
I'm
This
not
guy's-
rich.
Look at all that stuff he's done on his wall. He's filthy
Right?
rich.
It's
Yeah.
my flag that I got for deployment. I mean, I was not rich. They framed it for me. I didn't even do that.
All right, well, this has probably been our longest episode in history, so we're probably going to have to cut it at some point. But I do love this so much. Maybe we need to consider doing an hour episode, but that's a lot of time I have to ask from you guys, so I don't want to push that until we start making a lot of money from this show, which probably is going to happen. But we'll consider it just for all of you listeners out there who do enjoy this.
Yeah, both.
Yeah,
of you.
and for the record, if anybody knows any companies that are looking for product placement, okay, we are Shameless Horse here. We will rock all of your stuff. Hats, T-shirts, beer koozies, all of that stuff, okay? Just
You
putting that out
I-
there.
I
better
think
be
you'd be
careful.
willing to put a picture
We,
of Kamala
we
in the
will hawk
background.
your swag, okay?
I don't even know if we have the capacity for all that, but we're not
We'll
shameless.
make the capacity, okay?
Fair enough.
Like,
I would say check the
hit us
website
up,
that's been on the
people.
bottom, but I don't know if it's still working. So,
Damn.
I did have to go rebuild it. My own lack of skills, so I'm sure it's not working great, but I do believe it is up.
You fucked up
and
the website?
if it's
I
not up,
had
I got
to.
a bill for that.
I was trying to reinstall the backup, and nobody was there to help me. But anyways, that's
yeah,
for
yeah.
something after the episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, whatever. Send us all your money. And until then, Godspeed.
Your turn.
And pull the pin.
Boom.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.